Hello and welcome to the Southside Scoop tutorial special of the election 2012. We will be reporting the results of the Stuco elections as they come in, and we will have the winners on our show. You, the viewer, can ask your questions Stuco via Twitter, just hashtag PHS selection, and you might just have your question selected on the show. Keep in mind this will be 20 minutes straight live TV at times. We may go to break. You may, for a few seconds, be behind the scenes scrambling to get you the latest news. But trust me, you'll all want to stay tuned after those breaks for more results. And right away, we get the winner for the Stuco president. The winner of your next president is Zach Royal. The 25% of the vote is in, and here's what we have so far. The president is now Zach Royal with 19.6% of the vote. The vice presidents are in the election right now. Josh Boehm, 8.6%. Michelle Estes, 4.6%. Lindsey Giles, 7%. Keely Shea Hill with 6.1%, Dalton Leitner for 3.5% of the vote, Blake Youngdahl with 10.3% of the treasurer vote. Secretary Lindsey Harris with 3.1% of the vote, Chase Rorikoff for 7.9% of the vote, Kayla Simmons is 1.6%, and Leah Smith is 7.0%. We are taking it to Hannah live in the A100's hallway. Hannah, with the tensions mounting right now, what can you tell us what's going on in that library right now?
I had a chance to talk to them before the show started, and all the candidates seem very nervous, but they're anxious to find out who the winner is. There's lots of nerves right now, but excitement at the same time. They're just anxious to find out who the winners are.
All right, Hannah, you've obviously been there before. You've been there last year and the year before. How does it feel to be in that library with the 25% that has gone by? How do you feel at this moment in time?
I mean, it is an anxious time and nervous, like nerve-wracking as well. You kind of just have to be patient and just wait and see like when the results come in.
You've been there before, obviously, and my question to you is, with the 25%, we just announced them, they're just in. You've been there before in the past. How do you think the 25% goes? Do you think there's time to be made up? Do you think you can still come back if you're down at the 25% mark?
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't get their hopes down if they're like losing at the 25%. There's obviously still time to come back and get the percentage up. So they still do have a good chance of winning.
There's been a lot of hype this year about the really close race, a really serious, tight race. You've obviously been there before. What can you tell us about, what did you think you learned from your experience overall?
You know, it's an exciting time. You should just go in, have a lot of confidence, but try not to let it bring you down if you lose. It's not going to be the end of the world, and there's a reason for everything. So.
All right, thank you for that, Hannah. From vicious to victory, Sung Ha is joining me right now. Sung is the student council president. Thank you for having us. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, Sung is the student council president for this last year. Sung, what have you accomplished in your opinion is something that you can be really proud of this past year?
I think our council in general is what I'm proud of. We did a really good job working with each other. Miss Matthews was our new administrator for student council, our new supervisor, and I think we just did a really good job with transitioning and just keep on working hard and helping our school out.
You mentioned you had a new council, you had a new administrator. How do you think was probably a tough part of that when you were dealing with a new instructor, I guess you could say?
Tough part, just being able to communicate with each other. We had to meet a lot in the summer and just lay down what we were going to do and things with the other officers. So we spent a lot of time together in the summer and beginning of the year, and just communicating was tough, but we were able to get through it, and our council is great.
All right, what was your favorite part about the year? Because obviously you're in charge of events, so what do you think your favorite event was this year?
My favorite event, that's kind of tough, but probably Big Cat. I'm a big fan of Big Cat every year, and I just think we had a really good turnout with the students, and the students seem to really enjoy it as well. So.
All right, thank you for your time, Sung. As always, much appreciated. Would you, with the pitch, update the 50% talk. After this, we are taking a commercial break, so you'll be hearing the 50% mark right after this. Stay tuned.
Watch out! The Park Hill South Dodgeball Tournament is coming your way. The tournament will be held at Park Hill South on May 11th. Teams will consist of 6 players, one of which has to be a female. Come out and support Park Hill South's sophomore exec.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
I talk.
All right, thank you for that. 50% talk of the results, from which point on is going on right now. President again, Zach Royal, 48.4% of the vote. Josh Bain with 22.5% of the vote. Michelle Estes, 10.4%. Lindsey Guile is 17.6%. That is the vice president race. For treasurer, Keely Shea Hill with 13.2% of the vote. Dalton Leitner with 5.6% of the vote. Blake Youngdahl with 31.1% of the vote. For secretary race, Lindsey Harris, 9.0% of the vote. Chase Rykoff, 20.6% of the vote. Kayla Simmons, 4.0% of the vote. And Leah Smith with 16.3% of the votes. And as always, we will be keeping you updated as they come in. Right now, we have Zach Royal, the future and upcoming president for next year's school year. Well, thank you for joining us.
Oh, no problem.
Obviously. Now, Zach, you were voted. You also went unopposed this year. How exactly does one go unopposed? How did you find out that you weren't going to be, I guess, running or having a campaign?
Well, obviously, I didn't find out until the last meeting that we had between all the officers.
All right, and well, so did they just decide that, you know, like no one's going to run against you? They didn't think they could win, or what? Were they happy with what you've done so far?
I honestly don't know. I hope that's it. I hope that's the case.
All right, what are your goals and expectations for next year as student council president?
I hope to continue the fantastic legacy that Sung obviously has left, and Kelsey before her and Mackenzie. I've always looked up to them. I look to do what they have done. Good things.
Do you feel any added pressure now that you are kind of like the student council president? I mean, everyone knows, you know, people don't really know who, you know, what people take place in student council, but everyone knows who the student council president is.
Yep.
So do you feel like you feel a little added pressure with that?
A bit, yep. I hope to step up and handle it pretty well, though.
There's always been some issues with student council and administration with issues such as school dances and stuff like that. How do you plan on handling those situations?
Well, obviously, it's important to know that the student council can't control some things like that, and most of it comes down from, I guess, Dr. Longnecker and the administration, but we hope to negotiate with them.
And student council obviously, you know, kind of funds their own things to make their own revenue. Do you think that, what is probably your best event that you think you'll be able to make a lot of money on next year?
Geez, I hope to make a lot of money off of homecoming again, and Big Cat always. Big Cat's really fun, core warming. We just hope to come out with some events next year that will be monetarily beneficial for us.
All right, well, thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
No problem.
Now we have the 75% votes are in, and we are going to start, you know, I guess predicting winners, projected winners at this point. Obviously, Zach Royal, 65.9% of the vote. He is the president. The vice president, the predicted two left, Josh Bain with 32.4% of the vote, and Lindsey Guile with 22.7% of the vote. Treasurer Keely Shea Hill with 20.3% of the vote, and Blake Youngdahl 40.7% of the vote. And for Secretary, Chase Rykoff with 27.6% of the vote, and Leah Smith with 22% of the vote. Now, we'll pitch it to live in the A100's hallway. Hannah Turner again. Hannah, how you doing out there? What is the tension and what are the feelings as we just talked about the 75%?
You know, as we're getting down to the wire, the contestants are getting a little more nervous, but as the results are starting to come in higher, I mean, the contestants definitely have, like, there's a chance that we could have winners, and so those at the bottom are starting to figure out that they have lost, and so it's kind of emotional right now, a lot of sadness but happiness at the same time, and we're just ready to figure out who the winner is.
All right, thank you for that, Hannah. We have another commercial break, and after this commercial break, you will be seeing the actually final percentile of the vote. We'll give you the exact percents and the winners of this next year's election. Stay tuned.
The Southside Scoop just got better.
We now have our own website. If you missed a show or just want to see one again, you could watch them all online. Not only does the website have all the latest shows, but it gives you some more information about what broadcast is about. You may also check out our blog space, giving you all the latest news throughout the community and around our world. Not only are our shows on the website, but you could also check out our YouTube channel, Southside Scoop, with all of the shows. Don't forget to visit www.southsidescoop.com.
right, thank you. We are back, and we have the president, we have the treasurer, and we have the vice president, Josh Bame, alongside Blake Youngdahl and Zach Royal. How is everyone feeling now that the, I guess you could say the percentages are in, and we have our student council? So how do you guys feel?
I'm just really excited to start this new year next year.
Yeah?
I'm ready to go.
It's nice to get it over with. Sigh of relief.
All right. Well, obviously, everyone knows that this has kind of been one of the bigger elections in the past couple years, probably one of school history, the largest elections. You saw the posters all over the school. Do you think that benefited you guys on a personal level?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good experience to have to really grow my leadership abilities, I guess.
I just really got to know the whole school when I was doing my election and everything. Get to know everyone.
All right, and as we, I guess we are continuing, we have the secretary race. We is still kind of undecided right now. They're still putting in the final numbers. Now, Josh, you are the vice president for everyone who kind of is watching, the people who don't really know that quite yet. What do you expect, what are your expectations and goals for this next school year?
I just really want student council to bond together and just really help the whole student body and just get all of our goals together.
All right, now Blake, do you think that there's any more added pressure? I asked Zach this earlier. Do you think there's any more added pressure now that you guys are going to be kind of like the head honchos, the people in charge? Do you think there's a certain role that you'll have to play coming into this next year?
Oh yeah, well, like with the bell tower, you know, not many people are for it, and with being treasurer, you have to deal with money, so that adds a lot of pressure for me to deal with that.
All right, and with the, like you said, with the money and stuff, do you guys kind of, I mean, along with the money and spending and stuff, but do you guys have to try and get everyone on board with what you guys are trying to accomplish? You guys kind of speak for the people. Mm-hmm. Do you find it difficult sometimes to kind of get everyone on board with what you're trying to accomplish?
Oh yeah, we always have to, no matter if we like it or not, we always have to support it, and that's sometimes the hardest thing because we don't always agree with what's happening.
All right, well, is he coming on? Is he coming on? Well, come on up here. Let's go. And I'm assuming you are the new secretary, Chase. All right, now, how does it feel? Because you were the last one. You were sitting in the library waiting for everyone else. Did you kind of feel the added pressure, seeing that you're the only one left?
It was scary.
Yeah?
There's some good competition.
How do you feel now that it's over?
Relieved, kind of.
Yeah? What do you plan on to, what are you trying to accomplish? What are your goals, expectations for next year?
Just to kind of just make the environment a little bit more organized, better. Just make things run more smoothly around South.
All right, and you are the secretary, so what exactly does that, like, what is exactly your job and title?
You have to, like, write down things that are happening and be able to communicate between the two different classes and things like that.
All right, and actually this is a question for all three of you, so I guess you guys can take turns whenever way you feel necessary, but what do you plan, what is your favorite part about Stuco? What is, like, your favorite event?
I just like hanging out with everyone in the classroom and getting to know everyone. It's a good group of kids.
I enjoy just representing the whole school. It's a pressure, but it's at the same time it's nice and it allows for a lot of growing.
And just the assemblies, because that's what gets people the most spirit, it seems like, and it's always a good thing.
Well, all right, thank you, all three of you. We appreciate you guys running. We appreciate you sitting down with me. I do appreciate that. Everyone has their voice. Everyone got to see them. That is all we have for you today. I guess we have the Twitter questions coming in. Anyone know whether the Twitter question? No Twitter? Okay. No Twitter questions coming in. That is all we have for you to do. Thank you. I am John Holden. I guess you all can say your goodbyes if you'd like.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.